Saturday night, presented to you live on 2K Sports. Hi everyone, this is Brian Anderson at the table along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry. Allie LaForce joins us from the sidelines. Now a moment to take a look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it's been trending for Donovan Mitchell.
And the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. That's not what you want, and I'm sure it's something he's well aware of.
And now the opening lineup for Mexico City. We've got Smith, and it's Jones in at the two-guard spot. And for the Timberwolves, they've got Tyrese Halliburton. He's out there with Mitchell. Jaylen Brown is out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Garnett in at the power forward position. Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Mitchell against Johnson. Smith outside. Back to Johnson. Shot clock at 5. Over Mitchell. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Yeah, so as you can see, we are pretty even with the Minnesota Timberwolves. This man, Kevin Garnett. You know, we separated from the first 2 seasons, and now look, shit's pretty even with us. So what I got to do, put him in foul trouble. Fuck it. You know? I mean, that's going to be our advantage if we're able to do that, just because Josh Smith isn't necessarily able to keep up with the scoring input, so we can just do the defensive thing, you know? We can put some defense on whoever they replace with KG, and then maybe, you know, we can get some offense going. But we're pretty even in the standings. We're only 1 game behind, or 1.5, I think. If we don't have that win. So yeah, I guess we're like 1.5 games behind in the standings. Still in the top 10. Still in the top 8 actually. So this is actually going to be pretty interesting, to say the least, to see what's going to happen as far as the standings and how everything plays out. I have no idea, but I'm really interested to see. Really interested.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Mexico City?
They've done a great job establishing an inside presence.
Be reckoned with. Coach Chris Finch said, we come in every single night and compete. No matter what the circumstances are, we expect to win.
So it's like,
so I feel like we have all the makings of
the stats on the Minnesota Timberwolves kind of match what they're doing. Donovan Mitchell, even though it said in the beginning, you know, his stats are going down, whatever, blah, blah. Like, when it comes to the actual game, I definitely missed that screen right there. But when it comes to the actual game, though, bro, Donovan does his thing. Hey, let's go, Josh Smith. One thing I love is throwing it up to Josh Smith, bro. Who's gonna stop him? Let me answer that for you. No fucking body. Nobody has stopped him yet. And he has been stopping a few people. You feel me? Rick Smith's acting like he's 7'4". Let's go. Nigga. Yes, sir. Brush him off. I got the COBRA 1. Neon's on. Simply because we're playing the Timberwolves, so you know I gotta have my opponent's colors on. It's just a tradition. It's just something I do. Also, if you haven't peeped, Jaylen Brown is on the Timberwolves, and KG and Jaylen Brown were on the Truckers. So they have a little bit of history as well as far as getting a championship. I know all about it because I was on that team. Feel me? Scottie Pippen making moves.
was so extra. Whether or not this game.
And talking about power, Dr. O'Neill, exactly how many units of power do those top teams have?
Let me do some quick math. Moments to two, at least 3.7 gigashack, Ernie.
And dare I ask, how much power does 1 gigashack produce?
About 1,000 kilo Kennedys if you want to be a nerd about it.
This is ridiculous. Next topic. Come on, stop it.
So let's dig into that first half now, and what was a very solid performance for Mexico City.
Depth has been the key for them so far. They've gotten a nice spark from their second unit, especially at the offensive end.
And they've needed every bit of that bench production. It's been the difference. Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
The three, Smith. Offensive rebound. Outside Jones. 5 on the clock. Pass to Pippen. Shoots over Halliburton. Pippen, no good.
Kind of rare to see any player have this much of a struggle from the field. To still have the lead shows how resilient they are as a complete team.
Here's Garnett. And it goes as the official calls the foul.
So yeah, if you peep from the power rankings during halftime, you see that the first 4 seeds are in the East, and one of them's the Nets, and we beat the Nets. You can go ahead and look at the game history on the channel. Yeah, we beat the Nets. It wasn't easy, no, but yeah, we can do that. And the top seed of the West was the Mavericks. I'm not sure if we beat the Mavericks. I'm pretty sure they whooped our ass. I'm not even gonna lie. Dirk Nowitzki and them, I think they went crazy on us. But then they got the Nuggets. Shout out to Scottie Pippen again, just going crazy. Honestly, that's like, that's interesting because I had Jaylen Brown the first year. I won the championship, and I kind of wanted that template, right? Look at that defense. Look at that defense. So I kind of wanted that template, right? So I ended up getting Meta World Peace in season 2, just to kind of keep that defensive wing who can kind of do everything. You know what I mean? There's definitely less shooting as far as Meta World Peace, but I had scars. I had a little bit of trauma from Jaylen Brown not necessarily being the most consistent year 1 as far as his shooting, but maintaining on defense. So I was just like, you know what, if they can just shoot less, you know what I'm saying, if I have a wing that has just as good or even better defense and he can shoot even less than what Jaylen Brown was shooting, then we might actually be straight, you know what I'm saying? But then this season right here, Mexico City had a little bit higher of a draft pick, and you know, I didn't necessarily have to draft big man at first. I mean, I just figured, you know, because Scottie Pippen is our #1 pick, right? That guy is our #1 pick. Michael Jordan went off the board, and all these people went off the board, and I was just like, you know what? Let me combine Jaylen Brown and Meta World Peace together and create one wing that's going to be able to actually do this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, at first Scottie was scoring like 20 points type shit, and it was just looking like, yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about. This is exactly what I want. His points started to dwindle down, I will say. His defense didn't, but his points did. And you know, I'm not gonna say I'm necessarily disappointed or anything like that. Like, he's doing what he's supposed to do. But I think the combination of Josh Smith really helps out what Scottie Pippen does, because they're both wings somewhat, and they both kind of do this. I don't want to say the same thing. but they both provide similar things to the team, right? Just a little different. Josh Smith a little bit more on the rebounding and blocking. But yeah, I mean, KG found a way. As y'all can see from that little like turnaround he did and all the other shit, KG found a way, bro. And I feel like we can't lose this one. We can't lose this one, not only because KG is a former teammate, Jaylen Brown's a former teammate. You know, we're down a game and a half. We don't need any more momentum killers. You know, we just kind of have to like really get our shit together a little bit in order to become a higher seed before the playoffs start. Low-key, I kind of want to just get into the playoffs. I don't want to be considered to be a play-in team and have to really prove ourselves in the play-in tournament. Not saying that we can't prove ourselves, but why would you want to? Is the question. Why would you want to prove yourself in a play-in tournament? You know.
Here's Johnson, and he misses the go-ahead basket. The Timberwolves shooting 58% from the floor. Terrific here in the fourth. Back to Brown. Now Gobert. Right side Brown. Outside for Mitchell.
Yeah, this game is real serious, man. There's a lot of implications in this. This might even be a preview to a playoff series. So that's another reason, again, that we need to get this dub, is to just kind of prove that we can beat them if we ever get into something. You know? That's pretty much where I'm coming from with it. And it just takes smart play, man. Josh Smith on it. He's on it. It just takes smart play, bro. Now, if we can just get that stop, it's a wrap. Mind you, we in Minnesota right now.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
Oh, lots of drama in this game so far.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised if it
This
comes
shit over
down
with.
to the final buzzer.
This shit over with.
O-V.
Time is not on their side right now. They're aware.
Halliburton for three. Smith with the rebound. And they need to stop the clock, so there's the foul. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yes, they did. And, you know, you have two choices. You can either succumb to the hostility in this arena, or you can feed off of it and use it as motivation. They did the latter.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Brent Barry, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching tonight's game. And time now for our player of the game.
Give us that dub, man. Stop playing. Kevin Garnett truly couldn't get in a rhythm. The foul trouble was kind of throwing him off. I mean, Donovan, Jaylen, Tyrese, they were doing their thing. All they needed was KG to step up. Another crazy game by me. Josh Smith with a double-double. As long as everybody's doing their thing, I can't complain.